We're back. Another episode of AEC All-Stars. Right now we're in 60 South 6th downtown. We're gonna walk across the Skyway here over to 50 South 6th to check out the newest, hottest coffee shop downtown, and that is SK Coffee. We've got Jessica LeGare back again for another episode. Come check it out. So we are inside SK Coffee, and I'm joined today by Jessica LeGare. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
Thank you.
And we're actually conveniently in front of her favorite feature. So Jessica, if you want to talk us through kind of the front entryway and what we got going on.
My favorite feature is really this architectural piece that is right here front and center as you enter. It's unique in that we really cut the corner of it out and created this display area for SK Coffee's product. It took a while to get here, but Studio Gray did a great job coming up with this design, and Crawford Merz nailed it with the installation. So this, I would have to say, is my favorite.
So I just want to mention that we're cutting corners literally, not figuratively.
Yes, I love that.
George, look at this thing. It's beautiful.
So obviously when you first walk into the space, you're greeted by really this awesome product display. And these wooden slats are really accented throughout the space. Maybe you could talk to us a little bit about how that's a part of their branding and actually is located in their different stores.
Yeah, it was, again, in part of our programming for the space and making sure we wanted to honor the SK Coffee brand so that there was consistency and familiarity between their different shops. One of those design elements were the wooden slats. And so Studio Gray nailed it yet again by really having that be a feature element that's front and center as you come into the space, but then also flows all the way through to the coffee bar.
So you had me at coffee there. I want to see like where the magic actually happens, and I know I've heard quite a bit about this coffee machine.
So this is a Slayer espresso machine. We learned a lot about espresso and coffee during this project, which was very fun. But this machine actually is a custom color that was crafted for SK Coffee and their use. And because of the custom color and the packaging, we were not allowed to open this until it was time for install, which posed a little concern for us on the architectural side because there are other color schematics throughout the space that we were not sure if the color would complement or challenge, and luckily it's beautiful and it works really well.
So one of the things that stood out there was really the color of the coffee machine, and actually behind us you can see kind of the mint color, and I could definitely see how that might have clashed, but it actually works really well.
Yeah, it does. The custom turquoise and the mint was exactly what we were concerned with, but it worked out perfectly and it's a nice pop. All right, so Andrew, we talked about the tile and the espresso maker. What's your favorite feature of the space?
Well, I thought you'd never ask. We're actually making our way back there, but it's actually the pour-over bar. And what I think is unique is in most coffee shops, you have different tables and places to sit, but you don't see too many communal gathering places. And I personally love coffee myself, and so to be able to sit down and enjoy a cup with somebody you might not know, I think is a pretty cool experience.
I believe that SK Coffee is one of the only coffee shops in downtown that features a true pour-over bar, which is really exciting to be able to offer. It's a unique experience, and it pays tribute to SK Coffee's really unique approach to sourcing and delivering coffee options.
I'm really focusing on the continuity of colors in the space, and Vnzo, a branding and marketing firm, that's pretty essential, and it's cool to see that in the flesh. So you've got the pink between the slats, and you see the pink that's featured up there, and then you have these pendant lights in kind of this charcoal gray color, and that's also matching the beams and some of the darker colors featured above. But what's even cooler is how they're able to do that in a sustainable way. And maybe you can touch on that.
It's really important to us at JLCS to make sure that not only are we meeting our clients, budget and schedule and design needs for the vision of their investment, but also really embracing any opportunity that we can find to repurpose or recycle or reuse any of the existing infrastructure. So, not sure if you knew this, but this used to be a coffee shop, a well-known franchise. Studio Gray, again, did a good job of taking those bones of what used to be a very familiar space and repurposing them so that those sustainability efforts, which are important not only to us, but SK Coffee and all the other project partners as well.
Also, another thing that stood out to me was the site and the signage. So, I mean, above me, we've got this cool little pick up here graphic, which I think is fun. It just sticks out, subtle, but still grabs your attention. And then also the signage up here for when you're actually selecting one of their delicious coffee creations. So quick little recap. We first started off with Jessica's favorite feature. We walked through the space. We learned about the pour over bar, some of the design work and branding. But one thing I wanted to touch on was location, because this space is downtown and there's a lot of discussion about the revitalization of downtown. And I'm going to get to Jessica in a second, but we at Vnzo, we've been a part of that as well. So we're actually just one building over at 60 South 6th. And I can definitely feel an energy here that hasn't been here post-COVID. So maybe, Jessica, you could share a little bit about kind of their decision to relocate and to build this space downtown.
Yeah, absolutely, and glad we share the same vision for downtown. SK Coffee has 3 locations now, so they're headquartered in Vandala Tower in St. Paul, and then they've got uptown and now downtown locations. And part of the consideration, I think, for all of the partners involved, the building included, was, how do we repurpose the space in a way that really invites Skyway users and office workers and the general public to get out and explore and be excited to go check out new types of experiences. So delivering a coffee option that is unique to this market made total sense, and they're crushing it.
And last but not least, we have a final segment, and I always say projects like these take a village. So if you just want to share a little bit about some of the partners that help bring this to life.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, we're at 50 South 6th, and all of this wouldn't have been a success without a really dedicated property management team that supports all of the facets of a project. Additionally, we had Studio Gray on architectural and design. Crawford Merz supported construction. Fluid Interiors supported the furniture aspect, and Bolter Equipment furnished all of the great equipment that is needed for this to be a success. And I think on behalf of everybody that contributed to the project, it's safe to say that we appreciate everybody's efforts on the successful delivery of SK Coffee.
And I mean, beyond just a beautiful space, it is a functioning coffee shop with delicious coffee creations. So if you have a moment, come check it out.